Hey everybody, Panda here to bring you Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 64. Yeah, I was gonna watch this a lot earlier, but then I just realized I was still asleep because I honestly just got up. I mean, come on, it's a Sunday, man. You know, you don't get up early on a Sunday. Um, anyway, this episode, people they like when I heard Greed Ironing was a training arc, they weren't lying because all of it so far is just pure training, pure Gon and Killua learning everything, and honestly that's good because this is probably the first time I've seen a series go so into details with its training and its attacks and like defense. And throughout this entire one, Gon and Killua were learning how to do like different like abilities. So it's like what happens is like they were learning how to use different sort of abilities. Like they managed to get through like the whole like training using the shovels, using the or then for that, and then he went back and I think what their like plan was like you learn how to use Ko, and what Ko is like Ten, Nen, Hatsu, Retsu, Zetsu, all of them combined into that, and they were learning one called Ken, and Ken is a combination of Ten and Ren, which is a more defensive aura, and it's like it isn't as strong as the Ko aura, which is the Ko one is what Gon does into his fist, the Ko fist, and they learn how to do that, like because it was really funny because like be scared like did like it really slow like that, and Gon was like really relaxing about that, trying to catch it, and he literally flew, like he literally just went flying, and then she's saying like you guys are gonna keep training, like you're gonna add this like to your schedule, and like they were eventually getting a lot faster, and they were like ending up focusing like their their auras into like different parts of their body, like into their legs or into that, and they were getting really good. And like that is like pretty good that we're getting more detail into that. And even as well, like they learned how to catch some animals. They learned how to think like during a fight. There was even an enhancer one where they got a rock and just kept smashing it, like by putting 100% of their nen into the rocks. So like they basically they managed to get it all going, and I don't know how many months has been since they've been like training in there. Like I'm pretty sure that how much time has gone by through their training. I have a feeling it's gonna be like it's like over a year, maybe a year or two. I'm not too sure. And at like literally at nearly the end of the episode, we found out who the bomber was. Now, like if you don't want to know who like the bomber was, or if you just couldn't guess it by the opening, then please like turn around out and watch the episode. Turns out it was the guy with the glasses named is his name Gensu? I think it was Genflu. Um, and he revealed himself to be the bomber. He revealed how that he's placing bombs on everyone, and that's sort of like his condition to his like ability. And what he said, like, because like he has two abilities. He has that ability, and then this other one called Little Flower. And the Little Flower one is like a less powerful version of his he bombed, but he did it on like this one guy's face and completely messed his face up, and that was like pretty cruel of him. But that's sort of like he has to do that as his rule, and I think he gives him like an hour, not an hour. It was like I think a day to do it, and they said hand over all your cards because obviously Genfrey just wants all the money to himself, but he had to like give it like there is a rule to it that you have to say I caught the bomber. If they like grab hold of him and saying I caught the bomber, then the bombs like the whole thing would disappear. So and then like I forget what the guy with like the blonde hair and like just the suit on. I forget his name, but he comes in after taking the trade, and he was trying to like bargain with him, and we found out that if you take the ring off, like before like you kill a guy, then you can get their cards. but he did that because he think he didn't have any cards, and he just killed him off the bat instead, like because he didn't have the cards with him. And it turns out the Genflu has got 2 other guys. I forget what they were called. But one of them, like, with, like, black hair just froze his freaking bag and it has his head in it. I was like, oh, God. And he's like, you know, like, just give me the spell card, Lee, so I can go. And how the episode ended, it was, like, with the Phantom trope, finding out that they found, like, that there's the Greed Island is real. So, like I said, we had a lot of stuff happening, and I know I went into quite a little bit of detail. Without, I mean, I normally have the episode white with me, and it helped me revise. So we did learn about a lot of things, you know, like Ken being like sort of the defensive aura you can use, and Ko being the offensive one into the fist. And then we learned a bit about like the rock paper scissor thing, which which I've seen the AMV for it. I spoiled myself because it was like when I first heard of like anime and Hunter. I do know about the Janken punch, which Evil Fist punch, which looks freaking awesome. I've heard about it, but that's it for this episode review. Yeah, I'm sorry I went on for a while with like all the details and all that, but I'm really enjoying this training arc. Like for all the training arcs I've seen, this is probably the best training arc out of any anime because of the details for it. But let me know what you think about that. Was you shocked about the bomber? Like, was you shocked about like the Phantom Trope finding Greed Island? More importantly, how the hell did they get out of the Greed Island game? But that's all from me, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, Strela Panda, Sana, and I'll see you next time.